So I'm about to show you why Tucker Carlson is probably the last journalist in the mainstream media. All right?
FISA applications to spy on Carter Page and then the Trump campaign. Much of it was redacted, pages and pages redacted. Do you believe, knowing what was redacted, that the public has a right to see that information?
Absolutely. So what we heard for a long time is that the memo that we created to make sure that the American public knew that the FISA contained the Steele dossier, or the so-called dirt, that the Clinton campaign paid for, bought it from Russians, fed it to the FBI in order to get a FISA warrant on Carter Page. We said that made up the bulk of the FISA. We were made fun of, we were told that was wrong, that we were lying, when in fact we were 100% right. It did make up the bulk of the FISA. Then you noticed that right after that came out, they said, well, but what's really important is the information that's redacted. Then lo and behold, they found out that just a couple months before, the Republicans on the House Intelligence Committee had actually asked for about 20 pages, at least 20 pages, to be declassified of the Carter Page FISA. Those today, Tucker, remain redacted and hidden from the public. We believe that if the public saw that information, they would have a very clear picture to what Director Comey called a mosaic. And I think the public needs to understand, what is this mosaic that was created by the FBI, fed to the DOJ, fed to a FISA court in order to spy on an American citizen and effectively get information directly from the Trump campaign.
Yeah, so here you have the Obama administration spying on a rival political campaign, specifically on a man who has never been charged for the crimes that were the pretext of the spying in the first place. And yet no one on the left cares at all. And I guess my question to you, again, having seen the information that I'm not allowed to see, is there a good reason, a national security-based reason, to keep that information from the public? On what grounds was it redacted?
Oh, quite the opposite. There is a national security reason to make sure that the American public sees this in its entirety, because this is a phony FISA. Okay, the Department of Justice and the FBI put something together that is completely fraudulent in order to spy on an American citizen.
Are you ready? Are you ready to see why Tucker Carlson is the last journalist in America in the mainstream media?
Our job as Congress to bring sunlight and full transparency to this, process.
Then let's do that.
Why don't you FBI to let that happen?
Okay, then why don't you send it to me now, and I will put it on the air in the back half of the show. I mean it. I'm dead serious.
Thank you, Tucker Carlson, for being an American journalist.
You are the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. Yeah. It is you are elected by voters to make these judgments. Bureaucrats elected by nobody are telling us, threatening us basically, that it hurts national security. You're the one with the power. Why don't you send it to me? We will put it on the air and let the public decide. Is there a penalty for that?
Well, just remember, I'm not the one with the power. Now, hypothetically, could I go to the House floor, or could I go out in my official duties and tell the American public what's in the rest of that FISA? I could. However, you already see, remember, most of the media and the left is against us and against it. They don't want the rest of this out. They want to keep this hidden. Can you imagine the field day they would have against me or if any other Republicans talk about what is not classified information?
So you have journalists arguing on behalf of holding information back. That's insane. If you live in a world where journalists are saying the public should know less, they have been discredited by definition. We don't have to listen to them. They are not journalists. They're something less. They're flacks. So is there a penalty for doing that?
You understand,
like a really important question.
You understand, Tucker. Yes, that's the problem. You understand this. There's a penalty, right? So we can't create a situation. But what can happen right now, how do we get this done, is the president just needs to step in and declassify this. He has said he doesn't want to get involved, but quite frankly, that he needs to get involved in this. It doesn't involve him. If he would just declassify it, then we as Congress would have no problem coming on your show and talking about this declassified information.
Yeah, because there's no argument
You can
against it.
understand that you can't-
believe
you
in
can't ask us-
democracy. Yeah, well, I hope someone will leak it to me. I do, because I think the public has a right to know, and I'd love to know why the public doesn't have a right to know. And I'd love all these anchors every day telling me I don't have a right to know. Really, why? Speak slowly so I can understand. It's infuriating. Mr. Chairman, thank you for all the work you have done.
It is.
And I hope someone will send that to me. We'll put it right on
Thank you,
air
Tucker.
immediately. I promise you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like a breath of fresh air blowing through the motherfucking swamp. Amen.